Here's the research process I use to build products that reach millions. The first step is to come up with a good idea or question for research. I talked about this more in my previous video where I showed you how to brainstorm good startup ideas. Once you've come up with an initial statement like this, like how do we make it 10x better, easier, faster for some customer to address some need. Once you've used that brainstorming technique to come up with an initial statement like this, the next step is to research the problem. So now I'm going to show you how to do product discovery, how to do early stage market research as a first step to refining and deepening your understanding of the product and the market. So there's a couple of ways to do research. Of course, there's many ways, but a few that I like to focus on initially are just some basic desk research, some competitor research, interviews with target, potentially you can do interviews with the target customer that we've identified already. Now, to take it step by step, typically some of the key questions that I like to look for at this research stage is, one is industry, just getting an overall background on the industry, just what are some of the overall trends. So initially I just start with a brief scan of Google, any sort of industry reports to see what's the overall market size, is this a growing industry, what are some of the segments, who are some of the key players, are there any sort of emerging trends or key risks or threats that are coming out as key themes for the industry. So a high-level overview is good. One quick tip is sometimes if you look at the financial reports, they can be a little bit dense, but the annual reports of some of the key companies and competitors are sometimes a good source of just a quick insight into what are some of the key trends happening in the industry. Once I've done this, step two, I like to look at the competitive landscape. So taking a look at who are the key competitors, what do they offer, what are the key factors that this industry competes on, what are the common design or customer experience patterns. So you can do a quick UX breakdown of each different, each of the key players. What are the key features offered by each, and you can maybe just pick the top three players to narrow the scope to start with, and you'll get a good sense of the market. And then finally, looking at the business model and the price points around each. Thirdly, and this is for me the most critical, is once you've got an overall understanding of the industry, you've got a rough idea of what some of the competitors out there are doing, you want to really get a good understanding of how is the customer that you're looking to target solving this need today. So you want to map out an end-to-end customer journey, look at all the challenges, frustrations, friction points, and then you're going to group together related challenges or frictions and prioritize some of the top ones. And then lastly, as an outcome of this research step, what we can do is synthesize our learnings and basically refine the original question. So you may find as a result of this research that your original question is actually no longer valid, and maybe you have to adjust the value prop or the customer or the need, or maybe you want to refine the question. So you can feel free to do that. And then underneath it, I would list out some of the key themes that you identified from the customer journey, and those become the potential problem areas or potential areas that could turn into solutions. So in the next step, we'll talk about how you actually brainstorm solutions. But for now, in our research, we're really focused on the problem. So hopefully this gives you an overview of some of the key things that I look for when I'm doing some initial research, and it's helpful for you when you're doing your own product discovery research. In future videos, I may break out some of these in more detail and give you some more concrete examples so you can see how it actually works in practice. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about product thinking, go ahead and subscribe to this channel.